Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you every single challenge in the mission for England in the game 007 First Light. I'm going to help you get one step closer to 100% completion of the game. And I'm going to show you step-by-step instructions on how to complete every single challenge. Some challenges will require specific actions, while others may depend on stealth, combat, exploration, or completing certain objectives in a particular way. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do, and when necessary, point out the specific checkpoint where you can complete each challenge. Completing all of the challenges in For England will also unlock the tracksuit outfit, giving you another reward toward fully completing 007 First Light. So let's get started and take a look at every challenge in For England. Okay, so for the lock, stock, and one trap hostile challenge in the For England mission, we're going to start by selecting checkpoint 2. As soon as the checkpoint begins, move forward a short distance until you see the enemies approaching. Once you spot them, head back a bit and find a position where you can stay hidden. Now, all you have to do is wait and watch the enemies as they move through the area. Eventually, one of them is going to walk into one of the holding cells, and then once the enemy is inside the cell, all you have to do is carefully approach the door while remaining undetected. Get close to the holding cell and lock the door behind the enemy, trapping them inside. As soon as you lock the door, the challenge will be completed. For the Bring a Fist to a Gunfight challenge in the mission For England, you must defeat all of the enemies during the lift showdown without using any weapons. So we're going to start by selecting checkpoint 12. As soon as the checkpoint begins, you'll be attacked by a group of 3 enemies. For this challenge, you need to take all of them down using melee attacks only. You can make things much easier by using the very powerful shoulder charge and grab attacks because they quickly take down your opponents. Just basically make sure that you do not use any weapons during the fight. Focus on your melee attacks and keep taking down the enemies until all 3 are defeated. Once the entire group has been taken out, the Bring a Fist to a Gunfight challenge will unlock. The Pacifist challenge in the For England mission is a global challenge, which means you don't need to complete a specific objective at one particular checkpoint. Instead, you simply need to complete the 2 challenges that are required for it. First, complete Lock, Stock, and One Trap Hostile, and second, complete Bring a Fist to a Gunfight. Once you have successfully completed both of these challenges, the Pacifist challenge will automatically unlock. The Be Quiet challenge requires you to make your way through the Q lab undetected. This challenge takes place at checkpoint 14, and you're going to need to be pretty careful throughout the entire section because getting detected will cause you to fail this challenge. So, we're going to start the checkpoint and we're going to select the flash mine, along with any other 2 gadgets that you like. In this case, I'm going with the smoke bomb and the laser. So as soon as you leave that starting room, you're going to get a short cutscene, and after it ends, you want to carefully look down and you're going to see that there are 2 enemies below you. So use your flash mines to take them out one at a time. So use one flash mine on one and then on the next. Now, we're going to continue along the catwalk towards your left, and then you're going to look down. You're going to see that there are 2 more enemies below you again. So, once again, take them out one at a time using your flash mines. If you think an enemy might spot you, then carefully move around the catwalks until you're in a safe position before you use a second flashbang. Continue following the path until you reach a large room with around 6 or 7 enemies. You can use your flash mines to take them down, or you can take advantage of the environmental hazards that are around the room. If you look around and use your Q lens, you're going to see that there are drones, machine gun emplacements, explosive canisters, all kinds of stuff. Regardless, I recommend using the flash mines and the drones because they tend to create less noise. So in this area, you want to take all of the enemies down one at a time, and you want to be especially careful on the catwalks along the ceiling on the right side of the room because there's usually an enemy patrolling this area, and it's easy to get overconfident and accidentally get spotted because he's like on top of the catwalks on the ceiling. In any case, once you have taken out the enemies from above, you can now jump down near the red phone booth that's there. So once you're down, you want to turn around and you want to head towards the back of the Q lab. You're going to press the button on the closet and you're going to look for the Valhalla's keys. This is for the next section in the mission. Once you have the keys, you're going to head back the way that you came. You're going to return to the large room, but this time a new group of enemies will have spawned. There should be around 5 or 6 enemies in the main room, and then there's one extra enemy in a room to the right that we need to be particularly careful with because that enemy patrols and sometimes can see you. Continue taking out the enemies one at a time using your flash mines or the environmental hazards. And be extra careful here because you will not have as much cover as you did during the first section. Once the area is clear, you want to head towards the middle of the room and you want to activate the laptop. As soon as you activate it, 2 enemies are going to enter from the area where you found the Valhalla's keys. So carefully take them out and then return to the laptop and activate the countdown sequence again. When the countdown reaches 25%, 2 more enemies will spawn near the direction of the red phone booth. Take them down using your flash mines and then return to the laptop. When the countdown reaches 50%, one final enemy is going to enter from the side of the room. So just keep an eye out, keep your Q lens activated so that you see them. And then once that enemy comes up, take him out and then wait for the laptop sequence to reach 100%. Once the countdown is complete, you want to run towards the next objective. After a couple of short scenes, the Be Quiet challenge will unlock as long as you were never fully detected. And that's it. You successfully made your way through the Q lab without being detected.
Lockdown override disrupted. Override in progress. 50% complete.
Come on, pick it up.
Override sequence complete. Raising lockdown.
That's my cue to leave. Hope I'm not too late. Time! It's solid!
Voice analysis complete. You are not Q. You are Bond. James.
You got me!
How did he die?
To complete the All Smoke and Mirrors challenge in the mission for England, you need to release smoke from the rafters in the security offices. Start by selecting checkpoint 4. As soon as the checkpoint begins, head through the door in front of you. You're going to see a short cutscene. After the cutscene ends, head into the room on the left. You're going to find a distracted enemy inside, so take them down quietly. Once that enemy is dealt with, look to your right and you're going to see a yellow ladder. Climb the ladder, turn right and go through the vent door. You're going to now find yourself on top of the rafters in the ceiling. Carefully move your way across the rafters, exploring the area until you find a valve. Once you find it, Bond will make a comment about creating a smoke screen, and basically you just need to interact with the valve to activate it. The valve will release smoke into the room below, and once the smoke fills the area, the All Smoke and Mirrors challenge will be completed.
Forget it.
The Ghost Challenge in for England is a global challenge, which means you don't need to complete a specific objective at one particular checkpoint. Instead, you simply need to complete two other challenges, which are the Be Quiet Challenge and the All Smoke and Mirrors Challenge. Once you have completed both of these challenges, the Ghost Challenge will automatically unlock. To complete the Technomage challenge in for England, you need to kill 10 enemies with the flash mine in the Q-uiet. Start by selecting checkpoint 14 and equip the flash mine along with any two other gadgets that you prefer. In my case, I'm picking the smoke bomb and the laser. As soon as you leave the starting room, a short cutscene will play. After it ends, carefully look down and you're going to see that there are two enemies below you. Use your flash mines to take them out one at a time. Continue forward along the catwalk and look down to your left. You'll find two more enemies again. So again, take them out one at a time using your flash mines. If you think an enemy might spot you, just be careful and move around the catwalk until you're in a safe position. Keep following the path until you reach a large room with around 6 or 7 enemies. This is a great opportunity to build up your flash mine kills, so take out as many enemies as possible using your flash mines. There are also several environmental hazards that you can use in this area, including drones, machine gun emplacements, and explosives. However, make sure you're using your flash mines for the kills, since that's the challenge that we're going for. Now, be careful on the catwalks along the ceiling on the right side of the room because there is usually an enemy patrolling in this area. After taking out the enemies in the first section, you can jump down near the red phone booth and you can head toward the back of Q-uiet. You can press the button on the closet and then look for the Valhalla's keys. Then head back the way you came and basically return to the large room that we were just in. A new group of enemies will have spawned with around 5 or 6 enemies in the main room and then another enemy in a room to the right. All you have to do here is continue taking down these enemies using your flash mines, and at this point you should have easily reached the required 10 kills with the flash mines, which will unlock the Technomage challenge. Just remember to focus on getting your kills with the flash mines rather than relying on environmental hazards or guns, and you will complete this challenge without any trouble. To complete the Untouchable challenge in the For England mission, you need to defeat the snipers without taking any damage. Start by selecting checkpoint 9. This one may take a few attempts, but if you follow the route that I'm going to show you in this video, you should be able to complete it. When the checkpoint begins, stay where you are and wait for the enemy who approaches your position. Once he gets close enough, take him down. Move forward a little and then head up the stairs on the left. From here, you're going to see that there's an enemy standing next to a cart. So just use that cart to take him down. Now, go back the way that you came and wait for a patrolling enemy to make his way toward your position. Once he's up and close to you, take him down quietly. Next, head down the stairs. You're going to see that there's an enemy behind a desk, so just quietly vault over the desk and take out the guy. Now, there is another enemy farther back who may spot you and come investigate. If he does, he's going to come on one side of the desk. If he doesn't, he's going to come on the left. So, regardless of what he does, wait for him to move towards your position and then take down the two enemies that are in this area. Now, go back up the two small sets of stairs to the area where you use the cart to take out the enemy early. And there's one more enemy here. Sometimes this enemy can get stuck or bugged with the cart. So if that happens, lure him down towards a safer position and then take him out. Once the area is clear, you want to carefully move forward until you spot the sniper. As soon as you see them, you need to act quickly. You want to shoot the machine that is on the back wall to take one of the snipers out. Then immediately you want to shoot the large light fixture that is on the roof to eliminate the second sniper. You need to do this quickly because the snipers will spot you and start shooting. So if you manage to eliminate both snipers without taking any damage, then the Untouchable challenge will unlock. This one can take a few attempts, so don't worry if you don't get it on your first try. Just follow the route carefully, take your time with the enemies before reaching the snipers, and then move quickly when it's time to take them out. The assault challenge in the For England mission is a global challenge, which means you don't need to complete a specific objective at a particular checkpoint. Instead, you simply need to complete the two challenges that are required for it. These challenges are Technomage and Untouchable. Once you have completed both of these challenges, the assault challenge will automatically unlock. To complete the Great Escape Challenge in the mission For England, you need to make your way through the null space without being detected. We're going to start by selecting checkpoint 3. As soon as the checkpoint begins, you're going to go through the door and move forward. You're going to eventually come across two enemies that are next to a hospital bed. You are now going to use the hospital bed to distract the two enemies. Just interact with it and Bond will kick it towards the enemies. After you do that, you want to quickly run into the room that is on your left. Once inside the room, you're going to enter the vent system and you're going to follow the path through the vents. When you exit the vents, you're going to find that you're in a different room with an enemy inside. Take this enemy down quietly, making sure that you don't alert anyone else. After dealing with the enemy, walk out through the door and turn left. Continue through the double doors and then keep moving past the final door in this area. Once you have made your way through the area without being detected, the Great Escape Challenge will unlock. To complete the Apex Predator challenge in the mission For England, you need to defeat every enemy in the security room using a stealth takedown. Start by selecting checkpoint 4. As soon as the checkpoint begins, go through the door and watch the short cutscene. After the cutscene, head into the room on the left and take down the enemy inside. Once you've dealt with him, look to your right and climb the yellow ladder. At the top of the ladder, immediately turn right and go through the vent. You're going to now find yourself in the rafters above the security area. Move towards the left and activate the smoke screen. From here, there are several ways that you can approach the challenge. If you want to follow the route that I'm showing in this video, you can definitely do that. But the important thing is to take your time and be patient, move around the area carefully, and make sure that you take down every enemy using a stealth takedown. This challenge is known to be a little buggy, so if you have eliminated every enemy and the challenge still doesn't unlock, don't worry, you can load into checkpoint 3 and then follow the route that I used in the Great Escape challenge. Once you make your way back to the security room, take down every enemy using stealth takedowns. If the challenge didn't unlock the first time, this method should trigger it. Just remember to be patient, make sure every enemy is eliminated with a stealth takedown, and if the challenge doesn't register, replay the area from checkpoint 3. To complete the Reduce Your Screen Time challenge in the mission for England, you need to shoot down 50 screens in the operations room. Start by selecting checkpoint 9. This is a pretty straightforward challenge, as all you need to do is shoot the screens you find throughout this section. You can destroy the screens at any point while you're in the operations room. Personally, I would recommend taking out all of the enemies first, and once the area is clear, you can just freely move around and focus on shooting all of the screens without having to worry about being attacked. Just keep shooting the screens throughout the operations room until you have destroyed 50 of them. Once you have destroyed the required 50 screens, the Reduce Your Screen Time challenge will automatically unlock. And that's all there is to it. To complete the Astonishing challenge in the mission for England, you need to kill 3 enemies with a single explosion. Start by selecting checkpoint 15. When the checkpoint begins, you're going to find yourself inside the Valhalla. So start taking out enemies as you normally would, but pay attention for the audio cue that says missiles armed and ready. As soon as you hear this, look towards the back of the room and you're going to see a large group of enemies that is entering the area. This is your opportunity to complete the challenge. Wait until the enemies are grouped together, then use your missiles on the group. If your missile explosion kills at least 3 enemies at once, the Astonishing challenge will unlock. So the key here is to listen for the missile audio cue, wait for the large group of enemies to appear at the back of the room, and then fire your missiles when they're grouped together. One well-placed explosion is all that you need. To complete the Fire in the Hole challenge in the mission for England, you need to deplete Damien's suit using only proximity hacking during the first phase of the fight. Start by selecting checkpoint 20. Once the fight begins, wait for Damien to get close to you. Now, to your left, you're going to see some large pipes. All you need to do is you need to lure Damien towards these pipes so that he follows you. Once you're near the pipes, all you need to do is kite Damien around the pipes. The pipes will prevent him from hitting you while keeping you close enough for the proximity hack to continue working. You don't need to attack Damien, you don't need to use any other method to damage his suit. All you need to do is keep moving around the pipes and let the proximity hack do all the work. Continue kiting Damien around the pipes until the hack reaches 100%. Once the proximity hack reaches 100% and Damien's suit is fully depleted, the Fire in the Hole challenge will unlock. To complete the Turret Aficionado challenge in 007 First Light, you need to damage Damien with the first turret in under 2 minutes. Start by selecting checkpoint 21. Once the checkpoint begins, you have less than 2 minutes to reach the first automated defense turret and use it to damage Damien. If you have smoke bombs equipped, you can use them to break Damien's line of sight and make getting to the turret easier. If you don't have smoke bombs, Just start running and drop down to the initial platform. Directly ahead, you're going to find a button that is on the railings. You can activate it to deploy a temporary steel cover shield, which will help you protect yourself from Damien's attacks. To avoid being completely exposed, don't take the main stairs. Instead, move to the left behind some machinery, then vault over the metal pipe cage. Shimmy across the yellow conduit, and then pull the steam valve. This will relieve a massive cloud of gas, temporarily blinding Damien and giving you an opportunity to move safely. Now, quickly, make your way to the platform lift and ride it up to the deck where the first turret is located. Once you reach the turret, interact with the control box to override the link, and then finally just fire your standard weapon at Damien. The turret will replicate your target and unleash a powerful volley of attacks against him. As long as you successfully damage Damien with the first turret within the 2-minute time limit, the challenge will be unlocked.
He's run.
And that is it. You have now completed all 16 challenges in the For England mission in 007 First Light. By completing every challenge in this mission, you have also completed the Completionist Global Challenge and unlocked the tracksuit outfit for tactical simulations. So, congratulations, that's another mission fully completed and another major step toward achieving 100% completion in 007 First Light. These challenges took you through everything from stealth takedowns to environmental kills to taking down snipers. So if you're working towards completing the entire game, make sure you check out my other 007 First Light guides for more challenge walkthroughs and collectible locations. I've got you covered as you walk your way through the game and unlock everything it has to offer. Also, don't forget that you can also check out my 007 First Light all collectible location guide that is made for helping you find every collectible throughout the game. There's a link to that in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and congratulations once again on completing For England and unlocking the tracksuit outfit. Good luck with the rest of your journey toward 100% completion, and I will see you in the next guide.